Greetings one and all to this week's episode of Tenno Clock. I am Xeno and this is MDRLOz, and we're here on episode 450 of Tenno Clock.
You got to stress that more. It's 450. No, that's wrong as well. 450.
Why are you getting higher pitched?
To be excited.
That doesn't sound higher pitched. That sounds like you're in some form of pain and you're trying to alleviate. Anyway, but we're going to start this week like we start every week. Emblems.
Oh, I need to push a button that it's gone into mission, and I push a button. There we go. Ooh.
Those wins.
Yeah. Void key galore, but mine has a 4, and yours has 3 void keys. So 3 times 4 equals more for Loz.
Sure.
In fact, mine is 4 to the power dollar.
So the reason why yours wins is because I really like the 3D element to it, like the shading.
Very nice emblem. It is really nice.
Yeah. So there you go. So
I mean, it's hard to see because it's the cut image you got there, but it's not doing justice. It was a great looking emblem.
Has the game crashed?
The game has crashed. No, it hasn't. There we go.
Okay.
It's back. I think maybe I've been disconnected from the mission.
Okay, fair enough.
There we go.
Right.
There we go.
Yep, there you go. Right, so, but if you wish to win a 75 Platinum for your platform of choice, go into the description below where you'll find the Google form that not only has these... What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yay.
There you go. Not only has these emblems, but also has questions for this week's episode. So just fill it in. You'll automatically be entered for 75 Platinum. And in... next week, there'll be a winner chosen for each platform. Make sure you spell your in-game name correctly, though, because if you don't, then D's not going to find you, and then I'm going to be like, well, I don't know how to find them, so... and then no one wins for that platform. There you go. So, time for Dojo Dusting.
I have buttons. Whee!
Right. So first part of Dojo Dusting. I'm Loz and I have been talking.
First of all, there's 450 episodes, so we're just going to congratulate ourselves for sticking out the but more so, we are going to thank everyone who is listening, no matter how many episodes you started with, for 450. We're getting close to that big 500, which will be next year. Less than a year away now from big 500. So thank you, everyone, who stuck by us and still keeps listening to us rant and mumble on about Warframe. You know, we haven't arranged anything special or any guests or anything. We were talking about maybe having Nazathon, but we had him on last week. I'm sure we'll have him on again at some point. So it's just, this one's just me and Xeno just chilling. We're just chilling about Warframe.
This in part leads to what I was going to say in Dojo Dusting, which is if you have any suggestions on how we can improve 10 o'clock, and as long as they're reasonable, like, even if it is a case of people say, oh, get the guests back on, the people demand it. The people I will accommodate to an extent. I'll do it because it was a conversation Loz and I had before this, but we're not going to bore you with those details. In addition to that, I want to actually pimp Campai Cast. So the episode 48 of Campai Cast that just came out, we had a bit of a game show which was hosted by myself, and Loz and Nazith were actively participating in it. There were highs and lows. Not to put Loz on the spot, I hope you actually did have a good fun time.
Oh, it was great fun. I thought it was amazing. I really did. I think we can do more game shows in the future. We're not going to overdo it or anything, but it was a nice change of pace, and I like the idea. In fact, I like that kind of breaking the mold, doing something completely different, keeping things fresh.
Yeah.
Obviously, that was just a game show. We're not going to overuse that one now, and that'll be it. Then we'll show never game shows.
Oh,
we can come up with other things. We'll also do those. Maybe silly challenges. Maybe silly going. Maybe when anime conventions go back, we might do an episode from an anime convention or something. I don't know. Just we'll keep trying to do new things.
Yeah. So there's that. I'm trying to think if there was anything else in Dojo Dusting. Not that I can think of. So it's time to move on to the war report.
I pushed the button. The war report.
War's silent.
What?
No, I was just saying the war's silent.
The war is So I don't know. Actually, I was just thinking an idea, which Xeno hasn't heard me say this idea, but I was going to pitch it here. The War Report obviously doesn't have often a lot, seeing as Warframe does go on massively long, silly length hiatuses for content these days. But we were talking about expanding Tenno Clock in the future to cover Soulframe. And I was thinking, for the time being, where any Soulframe news will probably go in the War Report. Because the War Report was supposed to be news about the game. It wasn't talking about the community stuff, it was direct things, what is happening, letting section for us to let you know there's this thing, this is coming up, that's that. So we'll keep calling it the War Report for now. Maybe it'll become its own section later. But I think any Soulframe news, and I think in the future, when Soulframe does come out, we'll probably cover both, and maybe it'll be half Soulframe, half Warframe. But because we do trust DE on everything they've done so far for this stuff, so I think Soulframe's going to be interesting, and we'll keep 10 o'clock as 10 o'clock. We won't make a separate podcast, and we'll just expand into Soulframe. But for the time being, it'll start just with when and if there is any Soulframe news. You'll probably hear about it in the War Report.
They released a website.
Yeah, there is a website.
You didn't want to try and claim your account like immediately, because Loz and I both did this, and we couldn't get our account at all. It was like the emails were horrifically bugged and everything. Though later, Loz and I received a second wave. Yeah, we received a second wave of emails, and it was just like, oh, now this works.
Yep.
Cool.
So, obviously the only thing to really say is there is the starting landing website is up for Soulframe. Do check it out and reserve probably your in-game alias now. Do go just have a quick check. It's not a little basic puzzle. You get to put in your email for Dress for News, so do check that out, soulframe.com. We'll probably maybe even... Do we have the... Is warframe.com in, like, the description links?
I think it is.
Or maybe we'll be adding Soulframe in there as well.
Yeah. Also, wait, I had a point. Soulframe. Damn it. Crud. No, I can't remember anymore. Oh, I was going to ask you, when do you think Soulframe will come out? Obviously, we've got zero information. So, given that, I personally think we're not going to see it for 3 years.
I think we will have our open beta date given to us at TennoCon next year.
You really think so?
Yep, and we'll also see next year's TennoCon will also have the renaming of TennoCon to whatever the new thing is going to be.
They're going to keep it TennoCon.
Yeah, they'll keep it TennoCon? Okay, fair enough.
I think they'll keep it TennoCon.
Yeah, we'll have Soulframe in that, and I think the date that they will reveal at next year's TennoCon will be... So it'll be what? That's TennoCon 2023, and they'll say it's coming open beta summer 2024.
You think?
Yeah.
I think it'll be 2025.
No, cool. There's too early an announcement for that. No, they'll push themselves for a minimal viable product for 2024.
You really think so? Like, yes. I think they really want to try and not do that, though.
No, they will.
I mean, okay, if it was me, I would certainly not do that.
They obviously have a few years till the corporate comes down and says, "Hey, start bringing the money in." But 2 years is going to be it, I think.
Interesting. Like another big side of it is the fact that oh god, what was the name of the damn thing? We've seen so many game developers, so many games like get announced 3 years before the games due out. That I think the main contenders for games that get announced and then they come out like relatively shortly after, games like FIFA or Call of Duty, those massively serialized games that come out so goddamn frequently.
Yeah.
So, right. So that is it for the War Report. Let's move on to the topics. So, topic 1. Don't you realize that the boom and zoom meta is our fault? And topic 2, Defano, son of Neth.
Why do I click the topics at the start when you read them out?
I don't know, because we already done it that way.
I'm going to stop doing that. It's silly.
It's because you want to play the game.
No, because it made sense maybe when there was 3 topics. When it was 3 topics, I could understand. But what happens now, I'm just thinking, I pick topic 1, then you read that out, then you read topic 2 out, and it takes 2 seconds, and I just put topic 1 back up.
Yeah.
It seems so pointless to see. Oh, you get to see topic 2 at the bottom for a few seconds while Xeno reads out the title. Oh, joy.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem worth it.
Well, what if they didn't actually hear me and they read it?
Well, they'll read it when topic 2
let's face
it,
no one watches the footage. They would just read it. Anyway.
Some people
Right, okay, so let's move on to topic 1. Don't you realize that boom and zoom meta is our fault? A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, sorry.
Good job.
Long time ago.
No. hang on. I've not done this in a while. I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to give Xeno a point.
Wow.
Yeah. What's this? This is Xeno. Episode 450. Galaxy far, far away. Reference. Well done, Xeno. You earned yourself a point.
How many points do I have?
I don't know.
I hope only just the one.
You are on 0 points.
I had a negative point for what?
I don't know. It just says Xeno loses 1 point.
Oh, fuck's sake. Anyway, right, okay. A long time ago, in a land far away, a video game company named Digital Extremes decided to make a mod called Cautious Shot. This mod gives a nice timeline in the recent history to self-damage. This originally only reduced self-damage from explosives to 90%, so that you still felt the hurt and had detriments to shooting too close. Later, this got buffed to 99%, but people kept dying with their own weapons. This was never enough, and eventually DE removed damage and made it a knockback. But now we have the ability...
Stagger.
No, I'm reading what it says. It says knockback.
Oh.
Right?
We read the teleprompter.
We read the teleprompter, Loz.
Yep,
but now we have the ability to hit people in the face with a Kuvazar or double with Wukong cloning for a simple reason that it's efficient. I feel like there's an alternative timeline where DE said something along the lines of grow a pair when people complained about self-damage. In this timeline, the game would be a bit slower paced, and people would learn to use tankier warframes with invulnerability to use their explosives. They'd learn to use movement to dash out of explosive range, and mostly you could still play the game with your non-meta weapons instead of sitting there looking at a multicolored blur of modern art filling your screen. So I did the unfathomable last week, and I installed Prime Sure-Footed on my Oberon, and then I was just murdering absolutely fucking everything, and I was so goddamn bored. Because there was point in general direction, pull trigger, everything's dead. Okay, thanks, bye.
That's about right.
And the problem is, because of how powerful Prime Sure-Footed is, they can't nerf it.
Yep.
Because the backlash would be insane.
Yeah, no, they would be making they'd have to, that would be along the lines of the back in the days when they had to give everyone a legendary core for every, oh god, what was it? What's that aura mod called?
Steel power. Oh, sorry. Oh, steel. Something steel.
Steel something.
Something steel charge.
Steel charge. That's the one.
Steel charge.
Yeah, and let's give everyone a legendary core for every steel charge they had at rank 6 to 10. I had 2 spare copies, so I just ranked them up to 6 and got 2 spare legendary cores, and I was like, I didn't earn these. That was sad.
I mean, if they were to turn around and actually nerf Prime Sure-Footed to be...
They can't. No, Prime Sure-Footed is not where you need to direct the nerfing.
No, I agree. But Prime Sure-Footed is what makes the negative of, oh gosh, what's it called? The negative of Saga. Like, if they got rid of it, then I think, people would go, oh, I can no longer do this anymore. And they'd have to adapt. I think if they nerfed Prime Sure-Footed and they gave everyone a legendary core, that'd be fine.
No. There's nothing wrong with Prime Sure-Footed, because Prime Sure-Footed works for other things, like scorpions attacking you or infested.
No, remember they've actually changed that now.
What? Oh yeah, because there's but it still does work on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, but the big thing is that you don't need to, as long as you quick to slice away the scorpion pull or dash away from it.
Yeah, but it would still affect it. And then there's other things like enemy explosions, which Prime Sure-Footed would stop.
True.
Yeah, so it's not Prime Sure-Footed. That mod is fine. It is the way explosions work, and I'm quite confused by the I'm gonna get mean. The entitlements that people have that oh, D, can't touch this. This is the sacred cow. This must remain. This would ruin all of my fun. You cannot ruin my fun. I just want to play the game brainlessly without having to do anything. Every meta since the game has begun has been destroyed. The Atrax one was even more brainless, or just as brainless, and that is gone. Your explosion meta will die. It will die eventually. Let it die now. Rip the band-aid off.
I mean, it's surprising how often we're hearing about how bad this is. I feel we're hearing how bad this is so much more than, oh god, the spin to win, or I mean, I don't even remember the Atrax thing. I feel the whole boom and zoom thing is worse than the slash meta that was before. I just stack slash and then it'll just die because it bypasses shields.
Yeah, it bypasses shields. The thing is, I think explosion still uses a bit of that. I don't fully understand it, but I do know that it's just. What I'll do is I'll go see if I can go do some relic missions when this mission ends, and I'll see if I can get some boom and zoom going, or find some boom and zoom. See how pointless it is.
Do you have a
no, I won't do
Prime Sure-Footed?
Oh no, I do have Prime Sure-Footed, but I know I'll go find. Let's see if I could. That's how I never had seen this meta before, and then I started doing relic missions. Yeah.
And just see people do it.
Yep. And just go like, oh hello, what are you doing there? Let's see. Actually, before I go, I need to exchange thingies. So yeah, but overall, I think that the meta needs to change. It's not Prime Sure-Footed. It's the explosions. And I'm sorry, it's the self-damage. Change it back to self-damage. It's skill-based. It's sensible. That was the exchange. You got to hit everyone, but you could hit yourself.
I think the thing that's not sensible about it is it's a percentage, right? The whole cautious shot is a percentage of the damage you deal. You can is reduced in damage reduction. What they should do is put like different levels of cap.
Yeah, but
yeah,
as you said earlier, a point you brought earlier was an example. There's certain warframes which used to have invulnerabilities or ways of mitigating that damage out. And that's. Oh wow, what? Giving certain warframes a niche where they can be used a certain ability that other warframes don't? Wow, that sounds good. Can we? No, we can't have that. I want to be able to equip any warframe with my stupid AoE the universe plan.
Yeah, and it just spoils it.
Yeah, but people might think, oh, you're just upset because you don't have the. I could get the weapons. I could buy the mods. I don't care. I don't want to do it. And this meta is nothing special. Just like the Catchmoon meta before it, the Spore Lace meta, the Kuva Nucor meta, the Boltor Prime meta, the Soma Prime meta, the Shotgun meta, the Launcher meta. These are all the same. This is nothing new. It needs to die. And there'll be a new meta coming out afterwards. which should be something different. Oh, but explosions. Oh, we said exactly the same things about shotguns. Oh, shotguns, they can't survive. They need to be unique. They need a reason, so I can use a shotgun over a rifle. Oh my god, pistols need a reason, so I use them over rifles. Oh my god, melee needs to exist as the melee meta, so I have a reason to use them over everything else. Yeah.
No, to be honest, the biggest problem I have is the fact that the current method is just so boring. It's like the first time I did it and I didn't have to worry about where I was shooting, I was instantly bored. Like it couldn't happen faster, and I could just see where the rest of the thing was going, and I just completely zoned out. I'm pretty sure we were playing yesterday. I was actually falling asleep at my PC. That's how bored I was.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't pay attention. I was just like, I just keep shooting, just keep shooting. Oh, what's that? I'm shooting on the floor. Oh, just keep shooting. Problem solved.
I should I see if there's an exterminate. That's what I need. Because this is a capture, isn't it? So obviously they just...
You're going to go straight to it?
Yeah.
As they should.
Was that the dude?
Yeah.
I'll go find it, see if there's an exterminate up here. Oh.
Cool. I'm not quite sure if we have much more we want to add to this.
Well, okay. Let's try, and I know it's hard. It is hard for us to realize to not understand the views of other players, because we do have a lot of privileges. Like, you know, we both buy platinum, we both buy prime access, we both have boosters. Is there something we're missing versus the players that don't have any of those things, and they're trying to enjoy the game, and the explosive AoE meta allows them to enjoy the game, and we are not appreciating what we would be taking away from them by all our whinging about this meta? Because we are whinging. I'm not sugarcoating it. We're whinging. I am whinging. I'm not so proud of it. I'm whinging.
So one thing to highlight is when I was playing.
Oh god, I don't have any bloody. Oh god. Sorry, yeah.
When I was playing before, I was struggling massively with Steel Path. Right, you know, just with my Cuba Nucor, I wasn't able to deal with the Cuba, you know, the enemies at all. And Nazeth said, "Oh, just try the Spore Lacer." You know, I'm like, oh, okay. So I went away and I built an actual proper Spore Lacer and things, and it made it viable to kill the enemies in Steel Path at a rate that was what I was used to. Right, so I appreciate that, but then I feel like there's a fundamental flaw that's not being addressed with the damage system. Maybe that's the big problem, is like it's a fundamental flaw with the damage system. And as a result, that is what's leading to everything else being effectively busted. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, yeah, I get what you mean.
So because the damage system is allowed to go wildly out of control. I mean, it's a graph that came, you know, I asked the question last week. Should we talk about it now?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. So last week I asked...
Is this one of the graph questions?
It is one of the graph questions.
Which one?
3. So I asked the question, do you think the overly complicated rock, paper, scissors, lizard, spot, volcano, ocean, boat style of damage system needs to be streamlined to make everything viable instead of just 2 damage types?
It's a bit clipped off there, but yeah.
And 55% of the people responded saying yes.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was obviously, this is years ago. We had damage 1.0, let's say, when it was the chromatic rainbow builds, where you just equipped all the different elements because they all gave you more damage. So why would you not equip them all? Oh, there's no exterminates up. That's a shame.
Should I put the graph away?
I should put the graph away. Let's go do a mobile defense. I doubt anyone's doing it though while there's a capture up, but there you go. Yeah, so what you mean by that? What would be your simplified damage system, and how do you think that would improve things?
Well, a part of me is like, keep IPS and the elements. Ditch the combos, right? So you've got 2 sets. Then with IPS, you will have, like, say, medium, light, and heavy units. So, for example, a Corpus Crewman would be a light unit, a Corpus Engineer would be a medium unit, and a Bursa would be a heavy unit, right? So, the different IPS, so impact, puncture, and serration, right? No, is it serration? Slash. Those damage types would impact the light, medium, and heavy units differently, right? And then you apply the modifier on, so the elemental modifiers on top, right? So, for example, if you have a light unit, and light units are affected the most by slashes, right? So slash damage. Then you start using impact. Well, impact does 0.25 the damage to a light unit, right? You're using an impact weapon. Well, you're actually only doing 25% of what you could be doing with the element.
I would like to say that you're only allowed one element. How can you have if you've removed the combination ones, yeah? So how can you have a frost fire flamethrower? Sorry, a frost flamethrower. Maybe it should have only been one element, and then they came up with different ways of playing with it. So the crit, the status would have more options. So you've got your IPS damages, which
tell you what.
Yeah.
Let's have the two.
Let's do the time warp again.
Let's have two, right? You can have two, but some of them will negatively impact others. So, for example, cold and flame.
No. Let's simplify, man.
You think that's too complex?
Yeah. Oh, you got the meta build. Oh, you've got to have this with this and this combined with this. Like, I'm just thinking. Like, I had somebody at work today who said, I told him, like, oh, would you play video games? Yeah, it's like Warframe. And I played that years ago. That game's still going. And he said that one of the reasons he didn't get into it is because the game was he just didn't get it. It's just too complex. And like, you now want, so we're trying to reduce the damage system, because let's be fair, damage 2.0 is just, how long would it, I'd have to have a spreadsheet and a flow diagram to explain that to somebody who had no idea about, if the goal was to explain a concept to somebody, and it was the Warframe damage system, you'd need diagrams, you need everything. So we want to simplify it. So then simplify it saying, oh yeah, you can have two elements, but then they negative that. Why not just one element?
If that's the case, then I would want to potentially... I want the enemies to act differently to different... I probably want to take away the negative impact of specific elements. So, for example, if there's an enemy, let's say we've got... what's the Flame Blaze? Is that a Grineer enemy unit?
Sounds like it.
Right, so say the Flame Blaze is a light enemy unit. They're sweet to serration, and you start using fire damage on it. Well, no, a Flame Blaze is used to fire, so it's going to do less to it still, right? So you go from 0.25% of the damage that you could be doing to, I don't know, 0.1% of the damage you could be doing, because it's so instantly take away any negative impact that already, negative modifiers that already exist in the current damage 2.0 system, right? So the fire damage would just continue to act as normal. Yeah?
We have negative multipliers?
Yeah. So like if you bring up tell you what, I'll bring it up and I'll just
do you mean like if you use slash on proto armor or something, that kind of stuff?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is do away with that, but you're just not getting any positive.
Yes,
right?
Yeah, I get it. So it's like, so everything, so instead of negatives, it's just like this is the baseline, and then this is super effective against something. There's
Yeah. So
I would still say some things can be immune to things still. That's very rarely, but some things, like, let's say you were fighting a fire elemental and you used fire. I know they don't exist in Warframe, but let's say there was a thing made entirely of fire. It's immune to fire damage. And it would just be
I'll give you that, but I'd only want to keep it for bosses.
Yeah, bosses or rare exceptions, like very unique enemies that's like, hang on, why would the electric monster get hurt by electricity?
Unique monsters that are guaranteed to spawn, right? So that's the point, because I think Deimos, you've got the Deimos mobs, right? So you can totally do it for them. But with the Grineer, you're not guaranteed to do a Grineer mission and get that elite shield. Shit, what are they called?
Eximus?
No.
Shield Lancers?
Yes, you're not guaranteed to get an elite shield lancer, right? So you can't build your kit for something that you're not necessarily. I'm building it for this dude, and the dude doesn't turn up, and the thing that does turn up is resistant to what you've actually taken.
No, I don't. I shine against that, because we have 4 minimum 3, but in reality for most players 4 different weapons we bring to the table, let alone our Warframe. We should be. It's like, oh, but once I bring all my weapons and they're all immune, right? It's your fault.
Then in that regard, and I know our comment section has complained about this before, you have to do away with Sword Alone. Right. And
no.
Turned around and said that they don't want to get rid of Sword Alone.
No, well, it's not. Just to let everyone know, when we mean do away with Sword Alone, we don't mean take away the fact that you can unequip and just have your sword. That's not what we mean. What we mean is the game is not designed around the idea that, oh yeah, there's going to be these players who are just running around with a sword, and we have to enable these people.
Oh, I actually did mean get rid of the.
No, I think it's fine. But it's just like it should be give it. Oh, okay, fine. What we're doing is putting the ownership of their responsibility of their actions on the player. They just want to. If you want to walk into the Shadow Valley of Death with just a butter knife, that's your choice.
So we're
not designing the game around you, but I don't mind. That's the thing. I don't mind giving players agency, but then you have to have the responsibility of that as well. You don't design the game saying, oh yeah, you can kill Levantus with a butter knife. You can try it if you want, but it's not designed to do that. That's the difference. That's what I want to see. Hell, I'd love to see it if you could equip no weapons and you just get a slap as sort of Plat ability. It's like, but the slap isn't meta viable. I don't give a damn. It's just there for a joke.
Do you remember that? That SFM video of Stalker just appearing, slapping Excalibur in the face?
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Australian joke video where the guy just slaps everyone at the barbecue?
Yes! Oh, I love that one.
Yep.
Oh god, yeah, because everyone's telling him like, he just got fed up, and everyone just starts like.
He's not really fed up. He's just slapping people, really.
No, I think there's more to it that
he's annoyed, but it's just like you shouldn't be slapping me. Yeah.
Oh, you can't slap. And
slap,
like,
slap,
you
slap,
shouldn't
slap.
do the slap.
And then the police come in. Sorry, sir, you got to slap.
Yeah. And then they're all sad.
Yeah.
Frick, what were we talking about? I don't know, because
we tried to fix the damage system because we were saying that.
No, I get that, but I also feel that if you were able to do that, then I think instantly the need for the self-damage reduction stuff instantly goes away. I also feel that maybe Grineer should be, let's make it so that Grineer are more susceptible to electric, or because I dislike so much the fact that it's all massively heavily mixed within each faction. So its specific units are weak to specific things. And it's just like, it makes it really hard to accommodate for, because which unit do I care about more? Do I care about the heavy gunner, or do I care about the bombard, or do I care about the flame blaze, or the manic, or the manic bombard? Like, what do I care about? And yeah, do you know what I mean?
So no. It's like I know what you mean. It's like, okay, I'm trying to build for a faction. But if do I build for the heavy units or the light units? Do I do the ones with clone flesh, or with prototype shields, or with ferrite super armor, or with alloy armor, or is it the ones that I go for infested fossilized flesh? Oh no, what I actually want to build for is for void armor. It's just that it's ridiculous that the factions have so many sub variants. What it should have been, what instead of doing it like that is, yes, you're right. So that this faction is weak to electricity because they have shields, their corpus, and the electricity does damage shields. But then occasionally there is a unit that has got its own version of the physical Grineer shield, and if you try and shoot it in the shield, it's not vulnerable to electricity, but if you shoot it in the back, it's the same unit. So it's more that that variability that they're trying to put into the game with all these different units having different armor finagles is in the game, not in the maths.
Yes. Yeah, and that's part of the problem. That's why the whole thing is so complicated, and people just rely on 2 damage types that are the most optimum.
Yeah.
It's because, well, it's fucking nearly impossible to work this shit out.
Because you need spreadsheets. So I think,
well, effectively what we need is like Pokemon levels of effective and not effective.
Yeah. Yeah. Right? Yeah, no, it should be like Grineer. Not Grineer Lancer is effective to the frost, and Grineer Heavy Gunner is effective to ice. It should be Grineer fire damage good, or toxin damage good, infested fire damage good, corpus electric damage good, and then if there is a unit, it's something you can see. You physically know, it's a corpus unit, weak to electricity, but I know what the corpus they do. In something like in the what's it called? In the gas planet, they have the ability to put down those wavy energy shields. You can't really see through them, sort of thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, and if they deploy those, then electricity is not good. And let's say that you do shoot those things with electricity, you see that it starts buffing nearby allies using the energy you gave it, kind of thing. You're like, I can see and react to what I am playing, and not just but that's because it's why is that in?
Yeah, you can go through that tunnel, right? I think you can.
Did they put the thing in the tunnel? Why is the thing in the tunnel?
Because they're stupid.
Okay. Did I put the thing in the tunnel? I don't know if I put anything in the tunnel.
No. I don't think you've ever had it. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would seriously simplify the excessiveness of the damage, and then instantly other weapons become more viable, and you're not so reliant on massive explosive weapons.
Yeah. Right. Though in general, we both agree this explosive meta
is stupid.
Self-tag is stupid. Explosive meta is just another meta. It will end. It's going to end. Please just accept it and don't fight.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the biggest problem is like people hate change. People really
change bad. Why change?
Yeah. I mean,
do not like.
The thing that I always loved the most, that really drummed drummed to home, whatever, knocked it to home, or fucking analogy, metaphor. The thing that really explained it well, that people don't like change, was Futurama. Right? Because the second that Futurama pointed out that, when people change things, like when characters do things that people are not expecting, like people react so negatively towards it. It's just so true. Where the fuck are you?
In a hole.
Didn't know you could get there. I was like, neither did I.
No.
But yeah. So, okay, right. Should we go to the replies?
Yeah, sure. 9% of the enemies just die to random AoE exploding anywhere in the room. They should have more effective life to survive random hits like that. With tankier enemies, we can reward single target guns with stuff larger multiplier on different parts of the body. Like have huge multiplier for a headshot and some minor ones on weak spots. No, right. I just want to say, I'm going to step on this one. It becomes a infinite game of escalation if you don't just affect the AoE weapons. That's where it needs to fix. You're like, so this isn't working because all the enemies are dying, so we need tougher enemies. And you can shoot in the weak spots and do damage. And it's like, but there's now my AoE weapon is too useless. There's too many AoE. There's too many tough big mobs that I need to shoot in the head. My AoE gun does nothing. Okay, then we'll put in a mod that is called shrapnel ricochet, and then what that happens is if for every explosion you shoot into an explosion, it sends off shrapnel, which instantly hits them in the weak spots. Oh yeah, and then it's like, oh, but now all the tough mobs are dying. Oh, okay, what we'll do is we'll put an even bigger mob that has no weak spot, and you have to shoot it in the butt.
Yeah, I mean that's what the fucking Nox is.
Yeah, it's just always going to escalate. Just nip it in the bud. Self damage.
I also want to say I really don't like locational damage and roleplay crit damage. Like it's it's crit chance and but locational damage. I really hate it. I really wish they would do away with both. Just do one. Don't do both.
Oh, what? Locational damage and crit and...
The crit chance, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I shoot them in the head, and the bullet critted. Why? What?
Wait, what? But the weak spot is the head. Like, how are you double critting?
Yeah.
No. I didn't double crit. I did more damage by shooting them in the head, and then it critted. Do you understand that a crit is you're hitting them in a critical point, and you're doing critical damage? Because it's like you can't really survive with a bullet in the head. I was like, oh, no, but it's not the same. I was like, yes, it fucking is.
Yeah.
Double critting, triple critting. D&D says no. Anyway.
Do you know there's a new Dungeons & Dragons movie coming out?
I literally watched the trailer before we started.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I was quite surprised that Chris Pine was in it.
Yeah. It looks cheesy and
I'm interested.
Yep. However, if it doesn't start with a character creation and selecting a name, once again, I'll be very disappointed. All the other D&D movies have done the same, and I'm very disappointed. You know, you should see them playing with sliders at the start and rolling dice to see what stats they get.
Well, right. Next reply.
I don't.
Oh yeah.
I don't feel it's our fault that it's DE that is the designers that should decide if what the players want is how it should be or not.
Okay. So many things wrong with this sentence. The designers are only going to take the feedback from the users. So if the users say, I want this, then either they're going to have to bow down to it or potentially lose a lot of their player base. So realistically, what both Loz and I want is for them to turn around and go, oh, let's just throw all these graphs and charts and PowerPoint presentations out the window and let's do something super simple. Let's simplify that like a truck ton. That's what Loz and I want. But you can't blame them for doing it the way that the community wanted them to do it. I don't think.
Well, it's a give and take, and they've just been giving too much to the community, in my opinion. It's time for a take. Time for
I suppose. I mean, I don't know if I would feel that way if they didn't do what's the name of the damn thing? The dormer zones. If they didn't do player housing, I don't know if I would feel the same way. I feel like they caved in on the dormer zones and the player housing.
I'm sorry. It's like, is that really been a big sale? Have you seen many people on Twitter being like, oh my god, look at the new stuff I've done with my dormer zone? No.
Nope.
What I'd love to. They complained on Trials was bad return on investment. I'd love to see the return on investment on player housing. Yeah. What if did they announce the people who won the dormer zone competition? We should look into that.
I have no idea.
I remember there was a dormer zone competition. If anyone's seen like them announce the winners of that dormer zone competition, please let us know. I'd love to see what was the winning dormer zone and how many entries.
And then nobody entered.
Oh, the area's barren. It's barren, Drew.
Barren.
Next one. Bullshit. Self-damage was never was never really... Yeah, bullshit. Self-damage never really was something that impacted you 24/7 when using an explosive weapon. And that's even beside the fact that not all strong AoE weapons had self-damage. It got removed because it was a shit feeling to get one-shotted by yourself because other Tenno bullet jumped right in front of you just as you were shooting your penta. But it never really impacted your normal gameplay. I was with them until they just completely ruined themselves on their choice of weapon.
I mean...
The Penta is a remote-controlled explosive?
I can't comment on that. I can't remember which one it is.
The Penta's the pellet... You know, the corpus grenade launcher.
Yes.
Which you can throw out like up to 5 or 6 mines, and then you can explode
But
them.
there's variations of the Penta, and I don't know if they all have the same.
Oh yes, you can equip. I think you can equip a mod, can't you? That turns them into sticky. On impact explosion. Yeah, that's just stupid. But whatever. Yeah. But anyway, they're wrong. Well, I mean, it's like, how do you think it works in the real world? Oh man, gotta sue Congress. Why? Because I was in the army and the grenade launchers, and I was shooting the grenade launchers.
I shot my foot.
And I shot some dude walked in front of my line of fire, and it bounced the grenade back at me, and that's not fair.
I mean, a large part of me is like, well, how often? Like, I was using the Tonko, what Tonko? I was using a Tonko. Many Tonkos, all the Tonkos. I was using Tonko for the longest time, and I rarely ever encountered this. I would typically die due to like an infested running up to me, right? That was my. Hell, if the complaint is the fact that a player bullet jumps in front of you and it's killing you, well, here's a simple solution: the grenades can't interact with the friendly players.
Yeah, I trade that off. Yeah. Self damage comes back, but your grenades will pass right through. Your explosions will not explode if they hit a friendly.
Yeah,
I get behind that. Yeah, friend or foe system on grenades. Do it. Job done.
Yeah. Next one.
I think that one thing people really overlook when it comes to AoE, and what I think really makes it click with people, is the fact that with AoE, you are able to always have momentum. With a normal rifle or shotgun or pistol, you need to stand still and aim to be efficient with them. With something like the Kuva Brahma, you can keep bullet jumping and going up into the air, and not care about aim in the slightest, while still being efficient. There, bit my tongue. Not only are you still being efficient, it is just more fun to be able to always move.
I mean, there's aim gliding, so I think this comment instantly is...
Oh no, look, I'm moving and shooting. Oh no, how can I shoot these enemies while running forwards with my pistols? Oh no, I have to orbit around them while shooting. Oh no!
Don't bullet jump and fire at the same time.
Oh no! I am aim gliding and shooting. Oh, it's impossible. A bullet. Oh no! The game. How I? Oh no! They didn't die. Oh no! That mob. Oh no! Oh, I'll do a sliding. Oh no! Rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
I think, if anything, we will adopt the Elden Ringness and say get good.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah. So the fact it's not, because I don't have a Kuva Brahma ridiculous build or whatever. But I know what it is that they're trying to say is that they can just sort of just run and keep clicking. I assume you hate it because it's basically world on fire for every Warframe.
Yeah, it really fucking is. You don't have to try. And players just like the path of least resistance. Hell, everyone loves the path of least resistance. But it's not rewarding. Like the whole problem with the path of least resistance is that you don't feel any sense of accomplishment for doing something that no one else could do, right? So I'm really tempted to just take Prime Sure-Footed off again, because it's just like, well, fuck, I'm not even trying and I'm murdering everything.
Sorry, I was too busy flying around the map at high speeds while shooting things, because that's just impossible. I couldn't possibly kill mobs while shooting.
Not without a Brahma.
Not without a Brahma. I have to go up to mob, and then stop, and then aim, and then shoot mob. That is the only way to play.
I mean, I could be a dick and say they could be a console player.
Oh, sick burn.
I mean, they might not be, but you know. Anyway, last response, or was that
The
last
boom
one?
zoom, yeah, the boom zoom power creep was an inevitable from the from the introduction of corrupted mods. You can't balance around stat swings of that size. Everything since then has been snowballing from there. Corrupted mods?
Yeah, so we're talking about the ones from the corrupted vaults on the derelict with the dragon keys. I wouldn't necessarily agree with that because those were the warframe based ones. There may be some like weapon based ones, but we're talking like fleeted expertise.
Yeah, the ones that had a trade off.
Yeah, the ones that had a trade off. But the thing is, like, you could really min max a warframe build. But I mean, let's face it, the damage isn't really coming from the warframes. The damage is coming from the stupid ass weapons that do a gajillion damage. Right? So meh. I maybe the corrupted mods began it all, but I don't feel it was that bad back with the corrupted mods. I felt it was still fine, still, stable and stuff. I mean, hell, I think, no, the derelict came out when we still had ability mods.
Yeah.
So you could go, oh, well, I will not have this ability. I miss those days.
I think that this is ridiculous. That again, I hate to be mean. I just feel that this meta has the worst people pushing back against it, or the weird entitlement. Like, everyone appreciated the Atrax meta because it was the Atrax was just, this is stupid, and I know they're going to move it. And what was this? I can't remember the slash mod, the spin to win mod.
I have no idea.
Something strikes. Yeah, the one that's instant crit on slide attack. Everyone knew eventually that was going to hit Murph, but this AoE meta, this meta needs to survive.
Oh, I'll also say, like, status chances need to be, like, really simplified, because, like, they're crazy as well. Like, you have crit chance and status chance, and, like, dear God, you need to baseline the damage system again and basically start again.
Well, they could make it, because we're simplifying it. So we've got 3 IPS damage types, yeah?
Physical damage types, yes.
And then 4 elements?
Yes.
Right, you could make it that the elements don't have a proc. And then you've only got 3 status procs to play with. You've got Slash, Impact, and Puncture.
Well, what the fuck is a status proc anyway?
So Slash would be that, the bullets cut this bleed an artery. That's a thing. Impact, roughly.
Is that not a critical hit?
No, because a critical
hit... You're adding a dot.
No, yeah, because you're bleeding out is not being hit critically. You could... being hit in the eye is a critical hit. Being hit and you clipped an artery and it's slowly bleeding out is a Slash proc. An Impact plot is supposed to be a stun, and then, you hit and it knocked you for the wind out of you. And then Puncture should have been that it penetrated, so it should be anti-armor sort of thing. And to be honest, if you just got the 3 IPS damage types and 4 elements, that makes sense, because then the IPS damage type, which would be based off whichever, you got the 3 damage things and they can have a bit of each, but whichever is the highest is the one that does the status procs, because then that's the kind of type of ammunition you've got. Is it a gun that is for puncturing? So it's penetrative ammo. Yeah. Is it impacting? Right, well, it's, flat, dumb ammo. Is it Slash? Right, then it's hollow point anti-flesh ammo. And then...
One thing to add on here, I would say, like, for a start, do not allow weapons to change, like...
No, they'd be fixed. The ammo, I would say that, like, the ammo going to the gun is fixed. And what it would be is there's universal ammo, but the gun turns that into its type of ammo, and that's fixed to the gun. It cannot be changed.
Yep. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, I need to fight an armored target, so I want a gun that's doing puncture damage. Because I could use the other guns, because obviously there's no negatives, but that will get a bonus, because it's puncturing something with armor. And it's simple, but it would work.
Well, the big thing is, you would need to sort of strategize. Like, do I take a rifle that is for the heavy units, or do I take a pistol for the heavy units and a rifle for the medium units? Like the whole idea is that you build to accommodate specific scenarios. But the problem is right now it's just so overly complicated, and it's a system that is not easily maintained or managed, and as a result, everyone's just going, oh well, let's just do this. I mean, don't get me wrong, our idea might just be complete bunk and it doesn't work at all. But
I don't see what we gain from the overly complex system we've got now. I don't see what the benefit is.
Neither do I. People say,
oh my god,
that
Drew, look! Oh, I'm gonna take a print screen of that. So look at that emblem.
Oh, no,
there's an emblem there. See that? Look, there's a.
Oh, barely.
There's an anime face. Anime
is
girl.
It? Oh, I can't see that.
Anime girl. And she's gonna be gone. Oh no! I'm normally the expert at finding the anime girl. Emblems.
Emblems.
Well, I'll forever know there's one out there which I will never achieve. There's probably loads, but who cares? Joking.
Anyway, should we move on to topic 2?
Yeah, fine. I mean,
cool.
We'll see what people say about this, but yeah.
Okay, so topic 2, Def Anyo, son of Neff.
And now for something completely different.
Yeah. Def is a mini boss that appears much like the Stalker. Like the Stalker, Def can't be killed. Instead, he face plants hard and then despawns using Ash's smoke bomb. Right. Spawns in using the same ceiling panel method that players use, except face plants on landing. Semi-comedic relief that appears on corpus maps continuously seeks out players to learn more about glorious Tenno and test his skills. Uses limited edition Yeah, it does. Okay, fine. Uses limited edition reproduction scanner brand dual scanners.
Yeah.
Reproduction?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so that he's got the fake anime blade trope.
No, the term reproduction.
Yeah.
Not mass production, reproduction.
No, yeah, reproduction. Yeah, it's the what's the term? The anime person in the fedora standing in the back garden with a big black trench coat with a fake katana, a reproduction katana.
You don't diss Aaron Hansen like that. you don't get to diss Aaron now.
You know what I mean? So it's a reproduction. It's like, oh yeah, it's not real katana, but it's a reproduction version.
Okay, fine.
So it's not. It's fake.
It's a replica.
Reproduction sounds cooler because replica is like seen as inefficient, but reproduction, it's.
I'm just wondering what poor proxy birthed these scanners.
Probably Darvo.
Okay.
With Clem's help when he was bored.
Just got some wood and painted it.
Yes, yeah, that's what this is. That's what they're implying. This is like, yeah.
Anyway, so replica scanner brand dual scanners. Levels up with each encounter with the target player. He can become a legit threat after so many encounters. Think Young Revolver Ocelot plus Street Fighter's Dan plus Johnny Sasaki. I have no idea who Johnny Sasaki is. Is this
where is it? Johnny?
To Google. Oh, the guy from Metal Gear Solid. Oh, okay. The one that only really became a character in MGS4.
Is he the one who has irritable bowel syndrome and then can't have nanites and then saves the day through his failure of bowel?
Yep. All right.
I think Hideo Kojima ate some bad food and was like, just because I ate the bad food doesn't mean I don't have superpowers. And then he made it that his character has superpowers.
Okay. Abilities. Clumsy /dash. Def /dashes, but will accidentally kill Corpus allies by design. Def /dash terminates in a face plant. Ability 2, Ash's teleport, just to make him get into combat easier. When defeated, may drop blueprints for his scanner brand scanners. Ridiculous quotes. Hey, Tenno, I found you. Want to see my cool moves? You too. I have over 300 confirmed kills. I want one which is like, while you were out doing something, I was studying the art of the blade or something like that. You know, the yeah.
While you were gaining mastery, I was gaining mastery of the blade.
Yes, exactly.
I know, yeah. While you were gaining mastery of your focus schools, I was focusing on my mastery of the blade.
Yep.
I also want. I attack the void.
No, wait. What's Nyx's? But didn't she have like some ability called something missile?
Yes, Nyx. No. I've got a thing for the wiki. Straight to the wiki. And I can hear you typing Nyx, just as I type Nyx. Arcane missile, is it? Is it arcane missile?
Abilities. Mind control. Psychic bolts.
Psychic bolts. That's the one.
Okay, so I cast psychic bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cast psychic bolts at the at the void.
Yeah. I have the power of Groffit and the void on my side.
Oh my god. He probably should act like a deranged Power Ranger knockoff.
Oh, sorry. He also needs to go the. You fools! Don't you know your actions have consequences? Have you seen the kid screaming that?
Oh, is that the Sonic thing?
I'm not quite sure.
No.
Let me get it for you.
The last part is he probably should act like a deranged Power Ranger knockoff, poses and all when he arrives in a puff of small lasers and smoke. Lasers spelled wrong.
Just can't ever be quenched. You're fat.
I don't know what Loz is doing.
You freaking Fritz just can't ever be quenched. Your fantasies can't ever be quenched.
Yeah, it's the Sonic one.
Is that the Sonic one?
Yes. Also, can you go back to OBS?
When will you? Sorry, it's just that kid cracks me up every time.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if that was coming through on your headset or something for a second.
Oh, was it? It probably was. Yep. Well, everyone gets familiar.
Not sure.
Yeah, it probably was. Yeah. Everyone can enjoy that kid, but you need Durf doing that with the high pitched voice, because that's what the Stalker does with your actions have consequences. It's just Durf going, when will he Tenno? When will you learn? He needs an entire speech. He needs the anti-vor speech.
The anti-vor speech.
Yes, the anti-vor high pitched consequence speech.
Could it be Vor's speech? Right, but he gets various parts of it wrong. So
yes,
he's saying it wrong.
Yeah,
and there could be multiple versions of this where he's like he gets different parts wrong just to keep it fresh.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so my first question to you is: okay, you seem to be on board with this silly character as a mini boss, but at the same time, I'm not a fan that, as far as I can tell, the character doesn't do anything to the players.
Yeah, I know. I'm confused how this is supposed to be a boss. If it's just a complete joke, that's fine. But then that's a bad concept because they never just put a pure joke into the game. That as an enemy, like what is the gameplay of this event? They have to put all the effort into designing this character that is going around killing Corpus. And you're like, okay, so what are the Tenno doing? Like, what's the point? If it's funny that it kills its own, but it also kills you, and that's the challenge, or if the whole event was that you have to try and stop the amount of Corpus that Durf kills.
I don't know.
You have to CC the mobs to keep them away. You have to hack doors to lock doors to stop mobs coming in to killing him. You have to stop acid pools falling on Durf's Durf's face and killing Durf. The whole it's like the anti-fight.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe it should be a sort of like a mini rescue just appears during the actual mission. So Durf appears and Neff is like, Tenno, I will pay you 1,000,000 credits to keep him alive.
Yeah, no, I think it shouldn't be a mid-mission thing. It should be a special boss fight. And it's like, Neff comes on as Tenno. I don't always talk to you like this, but I need to keep my nephew from killing himself. Don't worry, I'll pay you for your troubles. I've orchestrated this grand arena for him to fight in. All you need to do is make sure he looks as good as possible on. It's like the anti-Rathum. So it's being broadcasted to all the corpus, and so your job is to make him look good by using your powers, so he doesn't die and he doesn't kill all of his allies.
I mean, it could be basically the Index plus, and you're doing it with Durf. Yeah.
More.
Huh?
Explain.
Oh, sorry, you kind of muffled.
Yeah, I went because I don't get it. You've just gone like could be like game mode with mob.
Yeah, no, so basically, instead of it just being the Index where you have to collect points and get them to the goal, right? You also have to protect Durf at the same time. So Durf may end up collecting points himself. So you have to keep the points away from Durf. If Durf picks them up, then he's at a negative, and there's a higher chance of him like keeling it and dying.
I don't like the one for that, just because I've tried doing the Index, and that's the equivalent of just trying to keep the bloody AI that gets given to the random mobs as it is. And there's nothing you can do. They will pick up junk and they will die, and that's just frustrating and annoying.
Okay, fair enough then. Then yeah, maybe. Oh god, I don't know. Like, I like the idea of having to Durf, but at the same time, I just feel like people will get annoyed at this.
Yeah, I do feel that as well. That's why it should be like a Rathum thing, complete optional side thing, and yeah, it's.
What if it was a thing that you could summon Nerf? It's only on beacons. It's not on chance.
Yeah, I'll get behind that.
Yeah.
But that's why I wanted it to be a separate like Rathum. Like you can't accidentally go Rathum. You have to go. In fact, you have to fight. You have to grind the points to be able to go to Rathum.
You can start with Rathum without points.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can. It's the later Rathums that you. It's like the later tiers of it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Points. But there are game modes for Rathum that you can't access without points.
So you just want the team deathmatch, but no, you still have the point system in Rathum though.
Is that Rathum without points? That one?
It might be further down.
Must be that one.
Yeah, that's the one without points. So that has no point cost. But you have to pick up points from the downed enemies. So would you remove that element from it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd get the points elsewhere or something else, do something completely different. Like nav coordinate style points. Oh, yeah, here we go.
So effectively, this is the defense mission with Durf being the target.
Yes, but I'd have the entire. That's why I want a separate map. That the whole map is based around this concept. It's not just like this, but with the thing you have to defend in. There would be like, okay, so I have to go up. Where's the door? There's probably no doors. Like, okay, yeah, there's mobs spawning in here, so I have to hack the door, and then the door will be locked for 30 seconds, which will keep mobs from spawning in there, which reduces the amount of mobs that can get to death. Then it's like, okay, well, CZ frames will be useful because some of them will just spawn, and you'll be able to freeze them so that Durf doesn't kill them right away, and you can get over to them and do things to them, like, I don't know, put things on which despawn them in different ways. Not just.
I like what you're saying. I'm not quite sure how viable it is because of how the mob spawn, the enemy spawning works in the game. It could work. But I'd be interested to see how it works. I mean, I think I prefer him to be a defense target.
Yeah, he would be a defense target. He would be a defense
target. Yeah. But I mean, this original topic doesn't make it clear if they want it to be a defense.
Oh yeah, no.
It feels more like he's an aggressor.
The original topic, I can't get behind at all because I'm just confused. It's like, well, what? So apart from he kills his allies, you can get his silly scanners, which are a joke. He slash dashes and kills his allies. He can teleport. And he yells things. I don't understand what the actual concept is here. It's like, is this a...
Yeah. Oh, it's supposed to be like Stalker. It says at the start, Death
can't be killed, instead he face plants and then despawns using Ash's smoke bomb. Well, right, okay, but that's even worse now because I just run past it and it wouldn't...
Well, I mean, if it's like Stalker locks the room.
Right, so I locked in until he face plants, and then he's face plants and the door unlocks.
Yeah. I prefer what we've done. I prefer he's a silly character that we got to look after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I to be honest, I'd like comms with Til Regor where Til Regor tries to be someone else, right? I don't want to make it too silly or too juvenile, but like to the point of Til Regor's wearing a mustache. And he's like, I'm not Til Regor. I'm not Til Regor. Sorry, Nathaniel. I keep saying fucking Til Regor.
Nathaniel has a mustache.
Fine. He has no mustache then. But like the whole point is that he's trying to pretend not to be himself to get the.
I'm Nathaniel.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm interested. I would like to see additional Warframe abilities given to what?
I want Neff. You know that they make the joke. Is it what's the Fortuna rep that makes the funny like VR?
Voxelaris.
Yeah, Voxelaris. You know their funny fake Neff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Neff just has a picture of that on a piece of card, and he just holds it in front of his face to pretend to be someone else. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine for that. I'd be down for that.
I see this kind of like being a Dog Days-esque event would be good.
Kinda.
It's that kind of jokey thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd also like to see him having additional abilities. Like I'd like to see Wisp's reservoirs or Protea's turrets. They'd be styled to accommodate Dearth, but style themed after the corpus and things. But yeah, it's just the two abilities feels way too weak, and especially considering Slash Dash and Ash's teleport are very Warframe inspired. Whereas, I just put a turret down. It's the whatever the Protea's ability calls. This is the Durf Anyo patented Protea turret. Yeah.
What if he puts down Wisp totems? And if you pick them up, if he picks them up, it buffs him. If you pick them up, they debuff you and like make you fall over and do silly things.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I'd also like it just for a laugh. They're like a little spinning top on the floor. They just spin around and damn you. And like after they're done, they just fall over.
Yeah. Just looking for emblems. Why do people not have emblems? Yep.
I don't know, dude. So I feel this idea has a lot of people.
I think the concept we've been shown here from the forums. I don't know when it was from, but I feel is a starting point. But it hasn't really thought through how what would be the proper concept of this in game. What would it feel like? What would it do? I don't feel it's quite got that yet.
2013.
Wow.
Yeah. So long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far, far away.
Cool. Right. Should we go to?
Did I realise? Where is it? You know, there's these are on it. You see this?
No.
The 3-day mod drop chance booster.
Oh yeah.
And I realised that I can't remember what it was, but if you had like 64,000 ducats or something, you could buy that for a whole year.
Oh wow.
There's nothing stopping you, so you could have a year of. I don't know why you'd want it unless you're desperate for endo. Mod drop booster. Way. Right, what have I not got? Oh, these thrown melee mods, and there's that one. Okay, let's just buy this one. Right, yep, that's it for that.
You go to replies?
Oh, it's replies. Okay. This is just like one of his corpus animes. I'd really kind of like this. The game could use more random counter events. And I like how this one has a really cool flavor of its own. What's the flavor? He just turns up and goes, / fail.
Do you consider this was 2013 when we didn't even have the Gustrug 3 or the Zanuka Hunter at this point?
Oh, fair. What's in his pouches? Ammo boxes?
I'm not quite sure if I get that.
Now that I stopped laughing, my own response is that they treat it like the Stalker when he appears, as in he doesn't exist. Wink face.
Oof. Big oof.
Big oof.
Big oof.
Only the Tenno have the ability to wield the warframes, and therefore the powers are exclusive to them as well, i.e. no /, no Ash smoke bomb for death. Not saying he couldn't use Corpus teleporting system. Tobiah note, this player had really good insight for May 2013.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would be... Oh my god, this actually predates their announcement of doing it.
Of doing what?
This predates DE's announcement of them including Durf into the game.
Which they never followed through on, but...
Oh, yeah, but that's besides the point. Stop it.
Sorry. Broken.
So, I don't mind them, the fact that, you know, they're you know, they have very similar abilities. Because, like, look how many enemies there are now that have, like, similar Warframe abilities already.
I don't know. Well, how many have... Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Sorry, yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. Oh, I
didn't realize this was up here.
Me neither.
Now we learn.
Now we know. I really... Why is this not used?
Oh.
I'm loving the verticality of this, but why...
Because people can't jump.
Oh, secure. I'd never come up here. I'd never... Oh, wow, I'm sure this is beautiful. Why is this not... Why not used more? Okay, like, there should be maps we have to climb up to get through.
Yep.
Chief Anyo is such a horrible boss that he is already a joke. His son doesn't need to be one. His son should be the serious fight. Maybe an update to this encounter after you easily beat Anyo. The son appears as a second boss fight. A cutscene introduces him and says, "My name is Durf Anyo. You killed my father. Prepare to die."
It should be a serious fight. Introducing him with a meme.
Yeah.
Like,
absolute beautiful meme.
Kind of undermines the... Okay.
Right,
I know, I don't mind. I mean, we're never going to get the true Nathaniel fight anyway. Of course, this is when Nathaniel was just the sergeant, but, you know.
And then it turns around, Deviri, main boss, actually is Durf all along. D, we're just playing the long game.
Very, very long game.
I'm just trying to blitz through this to try and find... Wait, what? Doors? Oh, no. What?
Is that a Shadow Stalker?
Yeah.
Speak of the devil.
I just wanted to find some more reactant. Is that too much to ask?
Reactant.
I found reactant. Energy channel. Where did... Okay. Ooh. Right. The next one?
Yep.
So, we have... At the end of the live stream, they said something about Neff and Durf, then Rebecca ended the stream.
Oh, wait, no. No. Because, like, we didn't start properly playing until July of 2013.
So it says. And the last one is, while we need more lore and, of course, a bug fix on things that long over time, a human like like this are also good. Never hurt to have some giggles. Make it a side project. No need to be rushed. Then release it when people least expect it.
Fair.
Expected it, actually, but okay. Yeah, they're really waiting on that one. Yep, really working on that side project.
Like the new war.
Just as planned.
Right, well, that's it for the topics. Let us move on to graphs. I can never remember the order of this stuff. Graphs. Cool. Graph. Do you know anyone who's experienced the same problem as topic 1? So this is last week. Topic 1 was the whole getting new players into playing Warframe. Then there's the Zoom and Boom meta. People don't like it, and then they just like, how do you like playing this game? So it didn't used to always be this bad, so people stopped playing. So 30% said no, 70% said yes. Yeah, I can appreciate that. The second graph is, do you think Xeno's description of RPG players versus FPS players is accurate? This was me saying that RPG players really want to feel like they're contributing to what they're doing, whereas FPS players tend to not give a fuck and just want to see the thing done. Yeah. 25% said no, 75% said yes. Right. Then we had the one that we already looked at, which was, do you think the overly complicated rock, paper, scissors, lizard, spark, volcano, ocean, boat style of damage system needs to be simplified to make things viable? Make everything viable instead of just 2 damage types. 23% said that they didn't care. 20% said no, and 55% said yes. I'm not entirely sure why people would want to say no. I don't want it to be balanced. I want it to be shit. Well, that's a matter of opinion.
Yeah, weird.
The next one. Right. How do you feel about the Caesar Warframe concept? So this was the chess Warframe. 5% said positive, 23% said negative, and 64% said neutral. I can feel that. I think Loz feels it too.
Yeah.
Then, do you like the idea of a passive that's effect changes based on RNG? 20% said that they didn't care, 30% said yes, and 50% said no. I am firmly in the no on that one. I don't want to rely on something only to find out that I didn't get it that turn. Yeah.
Are
you paying attention?
I'm trying to get the hang on that one. Let's go back. Do you like the idea of a passive that affects change based on... Oh, yeah, I can get behind that. I didn't mind it too bad. They basically did that in World of Warcraft, actually, for Rogues one expansion. I can't remember what people felt about it. I think they were annoyed because it meant that... But that's World of Warcraft. It's like, okay, if you had 3 Rogues lined up, just DPS and the boss, it could be quite random who would win. Not because of skill, not because of gear, because they got the right amount of buffs.
Yeah. Right. And then the last stupid question was, how would you improve Acacia, the chess goddess?
Right, very important.
So 15% said sponsorship deal with Netflix for the Queen's Gambit series. Actually, a really good series. If you
very
haven't
good
seen
series.
It.
Yes. Yeah, clearly it'd be good. Yeah.
20% said she always gets to go first. 30% said when she dies, she goes flying into the air like someone's flipped the chessboard. And 35% said we all know that the bishop should have been the healer in chess.
Fair enough.
Right. So that is it for the graphs. We're now going to move on to the supporter questions.
So I have to bring these over here. I can't see them there. This is when I learn that my actions have consequences. There we go. Oh my word! This font is labeled Draco. So I don't even know how to pronounce this one. It's just wow. Okay.
Lots of squiggles.
Before I don't even know. It's very. I'll try and Before we start the supporter questions, I just want to say thank you, everyone, for listening to our... Oh, that says Rodcast. That definitely says Rodcast. Podcast so far, and we... And we ask, leave, like, and comment in the comments section for us. I promise we read all of them. I can't see that. Leave, like, and comment. We ask, leave, like... I don't know. That's a very weird one, that one.
Is that supposed to be leave a like and comment?
Leave a like... But no, what's it say before that? What's the word before that?
Hold on.
So far, and...
Hold on.
You know, I could just drop it into...
I'm not looking at it.
It doesn't matter. Let's move on. It's the same old thing.
Sure. Okay. Listening to our podcast so far, and something a like.
Doesn't say a like. Leave a like, maybe.
Yeah, leave a like.
But what's the two words before that? What's the 2 words before leave a like?
And pie are...
Please, that's what it stood. It's got over 2 lines.
Split it up.
Yeah, see, it looks like pie ass.
Yeah.
Please. There we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, Zrugl asks, would you be willing to give us ratings for the concepts you do each episode, similar to Campai Cast, must have, need tweaks, or hard pass? Something like those. That is a lovely idea, Zrugl. We will have to have a think on that.
So, yeah, I think we should just do it now, right? So, what was the ratings there? So, must have, needs tweaks, hard pass.
Must have, needs tweaks, hard pass. Get it in game is the best. Get it in game now.
Isn't that just must have?
It sounds cool.
Okay, get it in game.
Like the next one should be like a quiet taste. So it's like I say should must have, or I think we should.
I'd like it.
I'd like it. Yep. Then needs tweaks.
Let's change tweaks to changes.
Needs changes and hard pass.
Yeah, I would say Durf needs changes.
Durf needs changes. Yeah.
This Durf needs changes. That's my opinion. What is your opinion?
Needs changes.
Cool.
As for our one, I'd say other than that one above it, I like it, but I don't think everyone would. So it's not like the get it in game is like this is absolutely amazing.
Sorry, the one that the one we came up with, I think needs changes. The one that they came up with is a hard pass.
Right, got you, good. Okay, yeah. Osadax, now that we got an idea of what the Drifter went through before the new war, who do you think had the harder life, Operator or Drifter?
So someone that got stabbed in the gut for decades, let's say, versus someone that had a nap.
But you had to wake up. Come on, waking up from a nap's pretty hard.
I don't know. It depends on how often you get phone calls. Oh,
he didn't.
Yeah, he did. I mean, it depends because, like, for the Drifter, he's just constantly getting, or they are constantly getting stabbed. I mean, how much do they remember the last time they got stabbed? It's like it depends. Does the pain persist? Do you become numb to it? Like I don't know. Whereas the fucking Operator needed someone to carry them. They had their muscles that atrophied. Is that the term?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had to have a carer come and carry them to their bed and things.
I haven't bought the Telos Boltace. Wow. Maybe I already have it. Wow.
Next.
Eternalist they. With flying horses confirmed, how soon do you think we'll have somebody breaking TOS to mod in My Little Pony skins?
I assume you mean terms of service and not the secondary. Okay. I am. Oh, could you just imagine if Tenno Gen horses? Oh my god.
Oh my god. You know they'd be clever. They'd slowly bring it in. It's like bring it in.
Yeah.
I think somebody will do it with some sort of clever
Photoshop.
Yeah. Like, have you seen when Joey asked BNP to do a Stickman Excalibur? I don't even know how he did that.
Oh, it was easy. It was that's all special effects. Like he blurred out the Excalibur behind it, and then he just got this stupid ragdoll Excalibur and just got it to do weird shit in After Effects.
With Steve finally deciding to have some more fun and make Soulframe, when can we expect Xeno to make his new show, Green with Envoy?
Oh, don't give me ideas, dude.
Please have some ideas. Please have some motivation in your life.
I have motivation in my life. It's just not here.
Nazeth asks, do you think DE has started relying too heavily on Roman and Greek mythology for Warframe compared to their roots of more Asian mysticism? Me and Nazeth may have been talking yesterday, I think, about this.
I want to say yes.
Yeah, I'm with
like it feels like, I mean, the fact that Styanax is like, oh, this is based on a Spartan.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is a Pegasus.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we get the 3 crones and they're sharing some sort of weird that like their whole head. They'll swap their head round. It'll be like 3 robots with 1 head. It's like, oh, just don't. It's so intellectually vapid. I don't like the flying horses. I'm sorry. It'd be better if they just walked on the air or something. It'd be, or just even if it turned into a jetpack. Just anything other than it's got wings now. Why
or it just can't fly.
Or yeah, it was or you jump on a separate creature for flying. Or hell, why do
you need to fly?
Why doesn't a bird come down and fuse with it? That would have been better. Like fusing animals, that'd be good. Right, and lastly from Nazeth, with Steve finally deciding... With Steve finally deciding to have some more fun and make Soulframe, when can we expect Xeno to make his new show, Envoy at 11?
Oh my god. No, Envoy at 11 will be part of 10 o'clock.
That's a good name.
What do you really want to do?
That could be the section name. That could be the section name. Okay, no, the section name, not a podcast. We're going to make 10 o'clock, but then 10 o'clock would have. And now, time for Envoy at 11.
Okay.
And then I want an intro with music. I still haven't got. You still promised me music for War Report.
And I told you would get it when I swapped over. When I take back the recording. I give you a whole intro and everything.
Thank you, Nazeth. I like Envoy at 11. That's good. We'll make it like a meme joke thing. We will do that. In the War Report, it's like, and now time for Envoy at 11. Oh, and then we can have some classic music. Oh, God, what's the classic music called? No. Oh, I'll find it. We're going to play classical music.
Were you just trying to hum the countdown theme?
No.
Okay. I mean, it cut out for me entirely. I didn't hear a single thing of it. Right. Good. Okay, so that's the support questions. Let's move on to the community responses.
Not many this week, so I first of all split into 2 videos. First, from the Tenno Live video, I just want to get JJ24's. I just wish the 2-month dev streams 2 per month dev streams come back, and that we get a direction the game is going before November. Everything else looks nice, but judgment is out till we get the games in our hands. My wish is that Steve and the gang are just down the hall. They can pop in to say hi sometimes. It's truly an end of an era.
I mean, I kind of want Steve and things to stay out of the limelight. Like, if they wanted to do like a special, oh look, we're doing a prime time, we're showing off some of the stuff that we're doing with Soulframe, fine, go for it and stuff. But dedicate the whole space to it and things. Don't substitute.
Yeah. What about one dev stream every month? No. Every other they alternate
every 2 weeks. Yeah.
So Warframe, Soulframe, Warframe, Soulframe, Warframe, Soulframe.
So it'd be every 2 months a Warframe dev stream.
No.
Okay, so there's 2 a month.
Within a month, there's 2 dev streams. They alternate every fortnight.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, but I would want to wait for enough of Soulframe to be done before they do that.
Yes, definitely. So from last episode, Tony Covenant says, "I'll lose my shit if Deviri is before Second Dream."
You're not the only one. I genuinely, I would hold on. So you've decided this is what the character looks like before I've even got a chance to customize my operator. Great, awesome.
And lastly, Trex Paddock, regarding teaching the mod system, I always thought a good way to introduce it would be to only have one mod slot open at first and give the player 2 mods that are both helpful, and you make them pick which to use. Then you unlock a second mod slot and they can use both at once. You could tie it to that gizmo that Vor sticks in your leg in the intro quest. You train people on the idea and you ease them into it. Also, it'd be nice if mods actually told you what it is that they actually do. Imagine how much free time poor Zandy would have if DE just did that one thing. Not everyone wants to pause or log out of the game to spend a few hours researching what a new mod you got is supposed to do, that it may not actually do, and what does and does not work with, and if there is a better version, etc, etc, etc. Likewise, Arcanes et al.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you, Trex. Good comments. Now we move on to... I didn't think I did the community responses tab. There we go, community responses tab. And now...
Oh, was that literally it for the community responses?
I didn't feel like there was a lot of points to reply to.
Okay, fair enough.
I want to keep it short this week. Right, memes. So we go on to the memes. So
memes.
I push the button. We have memes.
Oh crap! I need to I need to get them up myself. Need to open them.
So, welcome to the meme section of this podcast. I get all of my memes from the r/memeframe subreddit. Do go check them out. All the links to in the description of this video, you'll find links to all of these memes. They are done by some really awesome people, and if you ever want to see some funny stuff, just go on the r/memeframe subreddit. Every day there's new memes, and I pick 6 of the best, and also there is one video I pick for the secret meme of the week, which is in the description of this video, so do check that out. So,
is it bad that I thought you were going to say I picked 6 of the best and 6 of the worst?
I don't pick the worst. My memes must be... If there was no good memes, I wouldn't pick memes.
Yep.
So, meme number 1. Still can't believe how close they are. Time it takes to farm Ash. Time it takes to get literally everything in the Zariman.
I mean, really? Wait. That's got to be Ash Prime, not just Ash.
No, it's Ash.
How is it?
Ash comes from Neptune, Pluto, and Venus Proxima defense and survival missions. You know, it takes ages. You have to go to the mission, do the railjack section, go into the thing, do the other section, and then come out again. Takes forever.
Oh dear God.
Yeah, Ash is the hardest frame, I think, at the moment to get.
Oh dear God. Okay.
Yep, so that's it. Jeez.
Jeez, that's insane. Okay, yeah.
Right, meme number 2. Closer and closer. Crossplay community testing coming soon.
I was like, what's wrong with this mouth? I'm like, oh, okay.
It's coming soon. Next meme number 3. The true protagonist and hero of Warframe. Name a character that went through more pain than her. I'll wait.
Okay.
For my brothers. Meme number 4. You've shown me this one.
No.
I had to have it in there. I had to. Yep. Lol. My name is Yoshika Kira. I'm 33 years old. It's so brilliant. It must be. I would just be like Rab.
Is this the JoJo reference?
Rab. No. And speaking of things, so meme number 5. I made this meme, and I have so many emotions right now. D Steve, Soulframe, Warframe, The Amazing Eternals.
Yeah.
They're so amazing. Yeah. And then finally, meme number 6. Dominus, Control+Z, Thrax, making sure you never get lucky. Rare loot drops? Not on my watch!
Yep, can imagine that. Cool. Well, that's it for the memes. All right, should we move on to the community shoutouts? Cool. So the first community shoutout, Deviri Dax by Plickit.
So many people drew Cora Prime already. Meanwhile, I'm simping to this bad boy.
Yep. All right, next we have Garuda by Matt Null.
Oh, it's very Banksy. Browsing through pictures of some of my old drawings and found this goodie. I should pick my crayon and lines up again and give them a spin.
Next we have oh my god, I can't pronounce it now because I'm thinking too much about it. Yo Imo. Oh, fuck. Yeah, pretty much. By Dexo.
You can pose.
Yeah, pretty much. Then we have Mirage and Necros by Chicken Draws Dogs.
And here they are, Mirage and Necros, 3 years since their last outing on my galleries. What do you guys think? Become my patron for exclusive content, support, and some projects. Link in the description.
Yep. Then we have Equinox by Vic. Now, I don't think this is... I'm very sure this is not the Equinox Deluxe. I think this is Tenno Gen.
Divisia.
Yeah, so it actually says on the image itself. So if you want to find out which Equinox it is, you can go to the link in the description. And it's actually on the art piece itself. And then last but not least, we have Veil of Deviri.
Divisia is a Tenno Gen skin.
Cool. Then last but not least, we have Veil of Deviri by Cien.
Veil of Deviri, my Tangle 22 art show submission. Very nice.
Yep. And there we go. That's it. That's it for the community shoutouts. That's it for this week's episode. That's it for episode 450. Yeah. I'm kind of feeling a bit lost.
What?
9 more years.
Can't end it on that.
I don't know, man.
Whoa.
Man, if it wasn't for these Patreon supporters,
these lovely
people would
people.
get done.
No, because you are out of all of the juice.
The mojos.
The juice.
Well, the mojo.
I'm still going to be here. So either way, thank you everyone for watching 450 episodes of 10 o'clock. We would not do it if, in fact, we probably still would do it if nobody watched. But we would be just empty, soulless voids. Yeah, it's all of you out there watching it that gives us the our souls, our reason to. It's just fulfilling. Knowing that people are listening.
Soul
thank
frame.
You are our soul frames. There we go. So yes, thank you for everyone who's watched 450 episodes of 10 o'clock, or as many as you have watched. We'll be here next week, as we are every week. Probably, I don't know, at least for another 50 more. We'll make it to 500. We'll probably still keep going after that because there'll be soul frame to fulfill our needs. So, yeah, thank you everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Why is it called soul frame when we know the player character is called an envoy, but we don't have like a suit of armor like a warframe? Why is the game called soul frame?
Because you have warframes in Tenno. You have envoys and soul frames.
But where's the soul frame?
It's the thing on the arm that you get the keys in to unlock. Keeps the soul in, you see, and you unlock the soul because it's framed. I'm sure we'll find out in the future, and we will in the Warframe and Envoy at 11. But anyway, yes, thank you everyone for watching. That's 450 episodes. There will be more. There will always be more.
I was just expecting you to hit stop.
I'm trying to send off, man. We're professionals. We've got to be professionals. So thank you, everyone.
You left the question open and then just hit stop, but no, you had to answer.